it brought me to a point of like, I need to actually start like really embodying everything that I like know intellectually and teach others to do, but I wasn't necessarily embodying it.
Welcome back to another episode of Sessions for the Soul.
Yeah, welcome back. Super excited for you guys to be here. And also, I feel like we don't talk about this enough, but like how amazing that people are spending their time with us, like choosing us over all the other podcasts out there. So we just want to recognize that. I feel like sometimes it really hits me like, oh my gosh, people are like choosing to spend time with us in this way and like bring us in their homes or in their cars or like,
Yes.
it's kind of cool.
It's so beautiful. I love that you just brought that up. Another thing that like I'm thinking about as you're saying that is like, look at us go. I don't know what episode number this is.
Yeah.
Maybe like we're at 18 or 20 or something around there, like by the time this comes out. And that's so crazy.
It is. I know when we first like had the idea of starting a podcast, I think we both were like, okay, we need to be committed to staying consistent because I think for both of us, sometimes it's easy for us to just kind of like, you know, just like slowly stop doing something.
Right. Or be like fluid with it. Like we'll wait for
Yes.
inspiration. And I think that that's like such a relevant point too, because like we haven't been like when we sat down to be like, what are we going to record about? There's not necessarily something like specifically potent that like we're working through or that's coming up in the field or that's going on. And to like still be like, okay, so like how can we be creative and like innovative with it and still show up? So
look at us go, you guys. And I'm so excited to see like where this is going to go too. And I know we have talks in the works on that just because it's good to like have a vision for the future.
I love it. I'm so excited. This is quite literally a dream come true in so many ways. So
cute.
Oh my God, I'm gonna cry. When we do episodes, like when we, keep hitting milestones, like you guys, every time I make a sound, Burke wants to come play. He loves my laugh.
He does.
And I scream a lot. So, honey. But he's just like a co-host now. So
I scream a lot.
I do. I feel like I like make little sounds and he's like, I shriek.
Yes.
Okay, well, hold on one sec. We did it. Hilarious.
And we're back.
Literally. Thank you for sitting through that brief interruption with us.
Now I'm sweating.
No, I know. It's like, I get it. It's like having a kid present.
It is. I don't even know where
Well, we were just talking about how amazing this is, but it was a perfect time to transition to, like, how have you been? How are you?
I'm doing good. It's been a good week. This is the first week of fall when we're recording this, so it's been nice. Like the mornings have been feeling really good. It's been beautiful outside, like just soaking in like the transition that's happening.
I know.
It's been so nice.
Yeah, and it's like such a great time where we live to like really like just connect for that last bit of the season before the rain hits.
Yeah.
But I do love these crisp mornings. They're so like, I don't know what it is, but they feel really good.
They do. Yeah. And it's been nice too. Like we haven't had a ton of stuff like summer was so full for us. Like we did so many things just with family and different things that were planned. And so it feels nice to kind of like be and maybe like a little bit of a slowdown. And we have a lot of stuff coming up in October, but like at the end of September is just like a nice little pause, it feels like. So that's nice.
I love that. Yeah.
Yeah. What about you?
Oh, yeah. Sometimes it takes me a second to orient to like actually what's been going on. I've been good. There's been like little things kind of unfolding in my life and some insights and all of that. So I always love that. That's great. But it's been a good week. Like I've honestly had the hardest time focusing this week. And I don't know what that's about, but I think part of it's like being uprooted. Like there's been some like construction-y stuff going on with my apartment. And so that has like pulled me out of my space and my routine because I've stayed with my parents for a couple of those days. I'm back now. So like the last 2 days have been like grounding back in, but it's been good. It feels like full still the season, but there is also the space for pause. So just like kind of finding the routine and the rhythm. Yeah, so it's good.
Yeah.
I love it.
Feels like the best time of year.
It is. This is my favorite time of year. Like, and maybe it's because we're born in November. Like, we're just like autumn girls.
Yeah.
But like, I love the fall. I love autumn. I just love like everything about it. I really feel like myself this time of year. So it's cute. We went on a hike last week too.
Yeah.
That was so fun.
Oh my gosh, it was so fun. It was honestly, it was so nice to go out there. When I got back, I told Adam, I was like, we need to just like go on a little date at the beach, like this Indian beach. Yeah. It's called. Yeah.
Like a little picnic.
Yeah.
A little sunset together. How cute would that be?
Yeah.
You guys should do that. I love that.
It was a good hike. I was sore afterwards. Were you sore?
I don't know. Like maybe they were a little sore. Yeah. And it was a good hike. It was really nice. Yeah. Honestly, the whole thing was just delightful. I'd never been there.
Yeah.
And it amazes me how many places I've never been where we live.
Yeah. And it's like an hour drive?
Yeah.
I mean,
45 minutes maybe. Yeah. It was super easy to get to. And it's just like, what? And honestly, it had me looking at apartments down the Oregon coast. I'm like, I'm moving. No.
The Oregon coast is so beautiful. I'm like, it's just filled with like little towns. It's not like major cities. Like it's all cute little coastal, cozy towns.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think I'm a coastal girl through and through.
Yeah.
Even when I go to places in other countries, I find myself on the edge. Typically the West Coast. I haven't even been to the East Coast of the UK. I don't even know what's there.
You're just a West Coast girly.
I am, you know.
Went through.
I know.
No, I get it. We also, like, when we do any sort of like adventuring within the States or when we travel outside of the country, it's like wanting to be by the coast is so nice. We went to Tennessee one time and it was just like a quick trip. And I felt so disoriented the whole time.
You're like, where is the ocean?
Where am I?
I love that.
No idea of like which way is, north or south or whatever. Like, so it was so weird to not be near a giant body of water.
Yeah, it's so grounding.
It is.
We don't talk enough about that.
Yeah.
The ocean is grounding, folks. And if you've never been next to it, and if any of our listeners are not West Coast people, I invite you to get there. Go explore it. Go look at it.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's crazy that some people have never seen the ocean.
I know. Sometimes when I post like on social media about the ocean or like clips at the beach, people are like, oh my gosh, it looks so beautiful. I've never been to the ocean. And I'm like, excuse me?
We need to get these people to the ocean.
Which I get. Like, traveling can be like, it's time and money and all of that. But like to go your whole life and to never see the ocean, the sunrise or set on the ocean.
Oh my gosh. Exactly.
Stunning. So
love that. Oh my gosh. Well,
went on a little tangent there, but
we did, but we had to. Isn't that so? So we're going to just dive in today. So because like we kind of mentioned, like these moments of not really having anything potent or that feels like really like ready to be shared, we were kind of brainstorming like how can we connect better with our audience. And so today, you guys, I'm going to be interviewing Kayla. And I know what you're all thinking, like, oh my gosh, this is so exciting because I can talk a lot. Honestly, I should talk less sometimes. So I'm so excited for this.
Yeah. Fun little experience.
Yes. Literally when I edit, sometimes I'm like, Alicia, shut up. I'm serious because I'm like, let this woman talk. Oh my God. Oh my God. I've always been this way. I was the kid that had to like pull cards because I talked too much and
oh my gosh, pulling cards.
I think I'm going to implement that system in my home. Go pull a card. Do you see how you just talked? Go pull a card.
Go pull a card.
Yeah. No, I'm just kidding, but am I? We'll see. But we'll just dive right in with this interview. I was born for this. So no, I'm just kidding. But I'm getting to live out my talk show host dream.
Yes. I love that for you.
Yes. Okay. Well, welcome to Sessions for the Soul. You've been here before, but let's just dive right in with what's one thing you can't start your day without?
Oh my goodness. I think two things.
Perfect.
Number one, coffee. Like the ritual of coffee, it's not even the caffeine at this point. Like I drink like 1 to 2 shots of coffee. 2 is like no one wants to be around me if I've had 2 shots of coffee. Like, it's too much for me. I'm a little sensitive.
Wow, that's amazing.
Incredible.
I mean, you know what?
And unfortunate, but also maybe not.
Maybe not, because it's working for you.
Yes, it's just like a little boost of energy without anxiety. Honestly, matcha is so much better for that though, but it's not the same. Like the ritual of coffee, I like the flavor of it. I like making the coffee with our espresso machine. Like it's a whole thing. So love coffee. It doesn't feel like a good morning if we like don't have coffee in the morning.
Preach.
So love that. But also silence and alone time. Like it is so hard for me to have like a morning when I'm just being like inundated with like tons of stuff. And I know like when I have kids someday, or when we have kids someday, like that's going to change. I will adapt. But in this season of my life, when I don't have that, like to have moments of just me time where I can like sit by myself or like go through my morning routine, which is not crazy. Like it's literally wake up, feed our dog, make coffee, make breakfast. And that's like, spend some time outside, maybe drinking my coffee. But like, I love just like having a little bit of silence to just like enter into the day before I'm just like bombarded with conversation or questions or like all of that stuff.
The noise of the world.
Yes.
I can relate to that so much. So I love it. Yeah. But yeah, definitely. That's great.
I've been like that my whole life.
Yeah.
I'm just not much of like a morning person. I think that's what it is too. And like as much as I try and I want to be, and I know there's people who are like, if you tell yourself that you're a morning person, then you can be a morning person. I'm like, I literally I'm just not built for it.
I just don't understand that logic, because it's like I could tell myself I'm oh my gosh, that is so funny. I just had a thought and I will share it with you later. But yeah, exactly. Like I wish it were that simple. I don't think it is. I think your body like thrives in the time that it thrives in. And I think arriving to yourself, right?
Yes.
That feels nice.
It does.
I love that.
Just like ease into the day.
Yeah. Ease into also the energy of the world.
Yeah.
Yes. Because there's a lot of movement.
So much. I wish I was a morning person for that reason. Like I know in like Ayurvedic medicine, for example, which I love so many of the practices and principles of that. But one of the like key things is like waking up early, like even before the sun, and having that as like your sacred time before the world wakes up, before the world gets busy and noisy. It just like gives you time to be with yourself. So I will not be doing that, but I will be doing like the like
a version of it,
quiet parts of that.
Yeah, for sure. No, I totally really, I love being up before the world is awake.
Yeah.
But also certain seasons of life I just feel like don't really allow for that.
Yeah.
So interesting. Well, I love that you shared that with us.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And now we're going to get into the more, maybe personal stuff. I'm excited.
Love it.
So yeah, the next question I have for you is like, what's one moment in your life that set you on the path of soul work, even if you didn't recognize it at the time?
Boiling it down to one moment might be hard.
Yeah.
I've always been interested in this work for a lot of reasons. Like I can remember even in like, middle school, early high school, I think I was going to therapy at that time. Like I think that was the time frame in my life. Probably middle school is when I started going to therapy, and that was for a lot of reasons. But whoa, I think we talked about maybe doing like an episode on like middle school things.
We'll just unpack it, you guys.
Whoa.
If you were there with us, sorry.
Yeah, what a time. I no longer identify with her.
Oh, babe, same. Like,
yeah.
Not her, me, her.
Yeah.
I no longer identify with like, honestly, a whole decade of my life.
Totally get it. So I think that like was an introduction for me of like learning to like self-explore.
Yeah, like planted a seed.
Yes. Yeah. And throughout like high school, I had like a vision for like, I've always had like a desire to like help other people in some capacity through my own desire of like doing that self-exploration, self-discovery, like self-improvement. And obviously things at like that stage in life look very different than in your adulthood life. on like what self-discovery and self-improvement and all of that stuff looks like. But I've always been like inspired to do this kind of work. And then, gosh, I don't know, like in my previous career, like just being able to like help and serve other people, you know, in a totally different capacity than what I'm doing now, inspired me as well to like, you know, look inward and to continue to like learn and grow and to like never be done with learning and growing. That's like one of the things that I feel so committed to is like to never stop wanting to like have that curiosity and to learn and grow and improve and discover new things about myself, the world around me, the people around me. So yeah, I don't know. What was the original question? I'm like,
that is hilarious. The original question was, what's one moment in your life that set you on the path of soul work, even if you didn't recognize it at the time?
Yeah. No one moment. Fertility as well. I think that was like, so I guess like there's multiple like catalysts throughout, and there will continue to be, but like fertility as well, of like really shining a light on I knew a lot but wasn't practicing a lot at that stage of my life 5 years ago at this point, and it really called it brought me to a point of like I need to actually start up like really embodying everything that I like know intellectually and teach others to do, but I wasn't necessarily embodying it. And so fertility, I guess, was kind of like the catalyst for actual like embodiment of the things that I was preaching at the time. And so, and that's again just been like a journey over time as well of like implementing these little things over and over time that like just become part of who you are.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's hard to boil it down to like one thing though. I wonder if anyone could do that.
I mean, if they can, like that's kind of amazing, I would say. Like, I mean, I think maybe there are those people that have like the time before the light switch was flipped, right? Because like I think, you know, there's maybe that period of like where we're like keeping up with the Joneses or whatever. And before we like really like stop and are like, wait, this is not it, or this isn't working. But it is, I totally agree. I think it's like a series of events because it's all happening. Like it's the butterfly effect.
Yeah.
It's the real butterfly effect of like every action like has a reaction.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, that makes sense. And I love that you said the piece about embodiment of like of the path of the work, because I think it's so, there's definitely a thing I've noticed just in general, like in this work for myself, for people who teach, like therapists, coaches, etc., of like the intellectual understanding versus the embodiment and how it's really different.
So different. And that's one thing. And we've like really hammered this point a lot over the you know the course of the episodes we have out at this point of like on social media, for example, like use your discernment, because it's a totally different thing to like actually embody what you're putting out there versus like just trying to be an authority based on your intellectual knowledge that you've gained. And yeah, it's two totally different things. And so like just to be careful of those things, because not everyone's actually like practicing what they're preaching, I guess.
Absolutely. Love that.
Yeah.
That was beautiful.
Thanks.
So was there a point where you resisted this path? Like what finally cracked you open, if there was a moment, you know?
I think if we're talking about like the path of getting to where I'm at today, like within my nervous system, within my career, business that I'm building, like there were a lot of periods of resistance. Like in the career that I previously was in, it was so easy for me to kind of resign to, this is just what I'm doing. It's normal to just like feel like you're living in survival mode all the time, barely getting by, feeling exhausted, but continuing on that path, even though I had like in the back of my mind like this desire to like do something different, and not just do something different with my life, but to like feel different in my life as well. There was heavy resistance because wanting to like keep up with like the status quo of like this is my career, and maintaining like the financial stability that came with that, the stability of like just having a routine in my life, which I do love, having routine and predictability and all of those things that feel really safe. And stepping out of that, and also the family dynamics too, of because I was working for family at the time, of just like perceived family expectations, or like the unspoken rules. Every family has like unspoken rules of like, this is what things look like, this is what you know, your career path should look like, or adulthood should look like, or fill in the blank for whatever that looks like for other people. But it's not that my family was ever pressuring me to like stay in the field, but it was my perception of like, this could create like a lot of friction, and so it felt easier for so long to just like resign to, you know, what I was living in at that time. And so there was a ton of resistance, and it was really hard to like work with that, but also to actively choose something different.
Yeah, stepping out and, you know, like being like facing that fear and being brave, for sure, can relate. Yeah, for sure. And I think it's so interesting to hear people who maybe haven't walked that path, or like or like maybe a little bit more like connected to like their desires, who are just like, oh, so I just quit. I'm like, whoa, congratulations, because it's like it's hard to step out of that. So
very hard. And then I think when you add like the family element to it, it's like a whole different thing. And I think some people, maybe if they haven't been in it, might think of it as like, oh, that's easier, it's family, like you can just go talk to your family about it. And it's like, actually it feels like so much harder.
Oh my gosh,
there were so many times where it's like, if this wasn't family, I would have left
so long ago. 100%.
All the whole host of reasons, but like, yeah.
Oh, absolutely. One thing about me is I will quit a job, but guess what? You can't quit your family.
Yeah.
So, well, I mean, you know, we've talked about that before too, but exactly, like, yeah, I think it is so much easier when there's the personal elements removed. Personal elements and business, they're very hard to commingle.
Quite hard. Yeah.
Yes. So well, one, I just want to say proud of you, and I'm glad you did that, because I know it's hard.
It's so hard.
It is so hard. There's like a huge period of grief and discomfort in it. And and also, you know, we're all so lucky that you did that, because like, look at where it's leading, and look at today, you know.
That's one of the things, like I honestly forget who I like heard or learned this from. I think it was someone that I was working with at the time. They were talking about like, I'll just use my example of, I left my job and the amazing opportunities that opened up for other people, of being able to step up into new positions, to take on new roles, to feel confident in their own abilities, et cetera, et cetera. So there's like opening up new doors by me making a hard change and like no longer resisting the desire within my own heart. And then also the things that opened up for me.
Yeah.
And being able to like serve people in a new way, to explore different ways of reaching people. Never would I have ever created a podcast during that time in my life.
Right.
Like, so it just creates like new opportunities, even though it feels so hard and heavy.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, as you were saying that, I'm thinking too about like how the relationship with family gets better when we make some of those hard choices too. So it's like it's the ripple effect of like doing what's difficult, and like in that moment it can be hard because your family, you know, I'm not saying your family did this, but like family can sometimes like have the perspective of like, well, we need you, or how can you do this? And it's like, no, I'm doing this for us. It's not like, you know, because in the long run, like, how have things gotten better? You know, you can like recognize the long-term changes and benefits of it. So congratulations to being brave. I love that.
Thank you.
Yeah. If you could go back and sit with your younger self, what wisdom would you want to give her?
The way I just want to go back and hug little Kayla and just be like, oh my gosh, everything's gonna be okay. I think like the the ability to just like believe in myself and to be brave and to know like I am enough. Like I don't need to like be so worried about what other people are going to think and use that as like, and I still do this sometimes of like using that as a way of like measuring how I show up or respond or what I say, because I don't want to like offend anyone, or I don't want to like um make a big scene, or like whatever the case is, but to just like be confident in who I am, which at this point in my life I feel very confident in who I am, and to just remind myself like it's okay to like do big things or bold things or be brave, to go against the grain, to not always like want to fly under the radar and to not be noticed, and like just be quiet and the agreeable one. And so I think that yeah, gosh, because as a kid, I was like so quiet and so shy and so reserved, and wanted to just like fly under the radar and to not make waves and to not make things worse if there were things that were like disruptions happening like in our household or elsewhere. And that was really easy to carry into my adulthood, and is still something that I'm like working on repatterning. Yeah, I'm gonna start therapy soon again, which is exciting. And I'm like definitely gonna bring that stuff to unpack that a little bit more, because it's like those patterns are just so deeply ingrained. And it's hard to step out of that stuff sometimes, even though like I can look at myself at 29 years old now compared to like, 7-year-old Kayla, and be like, oh, those are two very different people in a lot of ways. But like the core of who I am is very much the same.
Yeah, for sure. I think one of the things about like inner child work is like I almost feel like it comes, and this is for men and women, but like for women specifically, just because this is the experience I understand better. It comes up at different phases of life in different ways. And there are so many places that it breaks you open, like being someone who is involved in parenting a lot of the time. Like, girl, let me tell you, there are moments where I'm like, I just literally am like, I freeze because I'm like, fuck, I'm about to screw up. Or like, how do I do this differently than what I know? And I think also, just the work, I don't think the work with some of that necessarily is ever complete, because every level of life there's like a new understanding or a new thing that comes up or is revealed, or so love that. And also yay for therapy. I've been therapy. Oh my God. I've been out of it for a few years, and I started going about a month ago. I don't know. And the way that I'm like, oh, yeah, I needed this. Yeah. And I'm so glad it's back in my life.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. Everyone needs like that third party person to walk with you,
Yeah. And there are seasons where I don't think it's maybe like as helpful as other seasons, and so like totally understanding like the coming and going from it. But I love that you're gonna go sit with some of that and sit with little Kayla and give her what she needs.
I
love that. Yeah, definitely. How has your understanding of healing evolved over the years? This is a great question.
I think just knowing that there's no like end marker. I think that's probably the biggest thing. And I guess also realizing that there's no like one right way. Because I think when I guess going through like schooling is maybe one way to put it, where you kind of start thinking like, oh, there's this one path to like, this is how you do it. Whether that's medical school, therapy, like whatever that is for you, if you are on some sort of like healer type, education path, it's easy to kind of like subscribe to this is how that goes. And so for me, I think just spending the last several years of just opening my eyes to different paths of healing and what that really looks like for people and what that means to different people has been really helpful for me to just realize like this does not look the same for any one person. And like the path to healing is so different and so individualized and so unique. And that's okay. And it's like an ongoing process, and an ongoing process that doesn't have to always feel like so deep and heavy and hard and all of that all the time. Sometimes it does, but it doesn't have to always feel like that. You know what I mean? And so I guess like loosening my perspective on healing rather than having like this really narrow viewpoint of like what it looks like or what it's supposed to look like or the path to get there.
Yeah. I love that.
Yeah.
I think that that's like, as you were saying that, I'm kind of thinking about how there are like seasons of like healing or of this work that feel like a little bit like in between. Like
Yeah.
they feel like, oh, I'm not like down in the weeds, but I'm also like not quite arrived at that like new version or that like the next version of like myself, or like, you know, life is still kind of like in between, and how that can feel like how no one sells that to you. No one's like selling like, and then there's like a lull.
Yeah.
And that's just part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't sell very well. It's not sexy.
No, it's not like exciting or anything. It's
No.
like, no, it's just human. Like you're just
Yeah.
gonna be, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I've also like just the concept of like healing kind of being this path of like uncovering like your most authentic self or like the versions of yourself who are absolutely like within you. It's just a matter of like uncovering those things and really stepping into like the version of you that feels most authentic. Like that lately has been feeling really good to me rather than looking at it through the lens of like um I don't know, just through like therapy or like making sure that like you're physically healthy or eating the right things or doing all the, you know, like
Yeah.
just from a more, I guess that's a more abstract lens, but just uncovering like what really feels most authentic.
Yeah.
Despite what everyone else is saying or thinking or what like the current social or cultural agenda is. You know?
Yeah. Like what feels good, like
Yeah.
what's nourishing. Yeah. I
Yeah.
love that. That's
Okay.
beautiful. Well, speaking of that, what practices keep you connected to yourself when life feels heavy?
Ooh, I think slowing down and like I mean, there's several things. Getting outside, like being in nature is so helpful for me. I feel so connected to myself and to God, to like a bigger purpose. Like when you go outside, like the ocean, for example, since we talked about the ocean, like when you go and like you sit with something so massive and also just like the sensory experience of it all, of just like bringing you fully back to the present moment. Like it's so helpful to do that. Gosh, I don't know. Talking with Adam has been so like that's like such a grounding point for me to just like share like, hey, things feel like really heavy for me lately. And also being able to share like, here's how I can be supported. That's like a new piece for me where it's previously been easy for me to be like, I don't know what I need, or I don't know like how I need to be supported. Or here's what I know I don't want, but I don't know what I actually want.
Yeah.
And so being able to share those things has been really helpful for me to feel supported, but also to feel connected together through seasons that feel like really heavy, kind of heavy, a little challenging. And then moving my body also feels like really connecting for me, like literally like feeling present with myself. Like when things get heavy, I think it's really easy to start feeling numb, like physically numb, emotionally numb, really apathetic. And so being able to literally make contact with my body, to move my body in a way that just feels like really intuitive and good for me, is nice. Like, and that's so simple, but it's like really effective.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that. I love everything you just shared. All of those are like sound super nourishing, and also like it's so interesting. One thing that's coming up is like as we get older, understanding like the piece of like, I don't know what I need. I don't know what's going to make this better versus this is how I can be supported. Like that is so powerful. I love that for you.
Yeah, that's been like actually a big shift. And not, I don't know every time.
Right.
But having like the awareness of like I've had time, intentional time to like explore, like, this is what actually feels good for me. This is how I feel supported, whether it be from myself or things that like Adam will do or say or not say that feel supportive. Just an example, like a couple months ago, I was going through a period of time where I was just like feeling really Like things were just feeling really challenging, like within my business and some of the like ideas that I had and what I wanted to do, and feeling like I was just meeting a lot of dead ends, and I was being like really super hard on myself. And so sometimes I would bring these things to Adam, and he would want to like problem solve or like have some solution to offer, which I love sometimes. But in that moment of like, hey, I'm already doing like enough of this. Yeah. So like I think what I really want and need from you is, to just like listen, or to just give me a hug, or to just say like, yeah, I get it. It's really hard. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Instead of,
trying to fix.
Exactly. And so being able to recognize that instead of like potentially being stuck in a pattern of like, I share this hard thing, he comes back with problem solving, and then there's friction because that's not actually what I wanted.
You wanted. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's been really helpful, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that. I feel like it's such a human, especially like our partners, our families, to like want to try to help the people we love through things. But sometimes that's simply not what the people we love need. Sometimes people literally just need to be witnessed. And here, I see you. Like, I see you and I'm sorry. That sucks.
Yeah.
So I love that.
Yeah.
Well, we're down to our last question.
Oh my goodness.
I know. It went so quick. So speaking of your work and your business, what is the impact you hope your work leaves on the world?
Gosh, this is a huge question.
Well, and like we kind of talked, you guys, let me just show you a little bit behind the curtain. Yeah. We talked about this a little bit before we started. And one thing that I don't know where I learned this or who told me this, someone, and whoever you are, thank you. Mm-hmm. But someone once said to me, you change the world by changing one life. Mm-hmm. So yeah,
and I love that. And I was sharing with you before this too, of how like when I first started in my previous career as a substance use counselor, I was, first of all, 21 years old and like super unsure of like who I was, and like didn't have a lot of confidence in what I was doing. It was terrifying for me in so many ways. And I felt really intimidated by leading group sessions of like psychoeducation or like more therapy style, like process group style groups. And I had like so much, I put so much weight on my shoulders throughout the process of like, I need to go in and like impact all these lives, however many people were in the group. And that was so overwhelming for me. And at one point, I don't know if someone maybe shared it with me, or if I heard it somewhere, or if I just like had this thought of like, just one person. Like if I can reach one person today, that's enough. I can't make all these people, care about what I'm sharing or want to change their life or fill in the blank. But if one person resonates with what I'm saying, they then get to implement that into their lives and then go home and implement it into their family system and their community. And then it has like this ripple effect.
Yeah, so, absolutely.
Yeah, that I think is one thing that I definitely want to carry with me, like as I continue this work and continue to remind myself too, because even now in the current work that I'm doing, like when I see people online comment and they're like, oh my gosh, I love your work and it resonates so deeply with me. Thank you so much for sharing this. Or clients that I've had, like it's so encouraging to be like, okay, like maybe things aren't at the scale that I was hoping that they would be at this point, and that's okay, but I am reaching people, and those people then get to like go out and, share that with the world.
Yeah, definitely.
So that's a big thing. Gosh, just like the overall impact. I think just like more like connection and kindness and love and compassion for like ourselves and for other people, because I think the world we live in today, and maybe it's always been like this on some scale, but it just feels really, really big right now because of how much we're exposed to on social media. But we're all kind of, not all, there's a lot of people who are really like hardened toward other people, and to just like soften a little bit. I say that a lot, of like softening your actual body, your posture, softening your mind, your heart posture, like just to have a presence of softening toward other people, toward yourself. I think that could go so far if we can all just like approach each other with like a softness, a kindness. And softness does not mean that you're not being strong. Like looking at it through the lens of like, you are so strong for being able to like soften and to be open to this perspective or experience, or to try this thing together, or to like go walk this path together. But like to just have that understanding and compassion. I think that's like a message that I definitely want to get across.
Absolutely. You know, as you're saying that, I'm thinking about how, in a way, turning something to love is actually really hard. Like getting angry and
so easy.
Turning to hate, that's easy.
Yeah.
That's like the initial reaction.
Yeah.
But when we step back from that, what is the impact? And actually, when we're able to like dig deep in ourselves and give people love that we don't want to love, or that we have anger toward, or whatever, like that is actually hard work.
Yeah.
So in a way,
yeah,
I mean, it's all how you look at it. But exactly, like, I think that that is really strong, to just turn it to love and to take the high road.
Yeah. And to be vulnerable, like to be vulnerable. And I think we've talked about this, maybe, I think we talked about it in like the communication episode that we did, of like, it's so easy to be like mean to someone and to like lose your shit and to yell at them and to say, you never do XYZ, and to blame. It is so hard to soften and to look inward and to say, oh my gosh, I screwed up, or I really want this. I want this in my life, or I need more of this, or I want you to show up for me in this way. That is so hard to do. It's like so vulnerable. You're so exposed and so, you know, seen, hopefully, by the other person. But it's like putting yourself out there in a totally different way than the kind of expected outcome of like when you lose it on someone, or when you like just shut down. You're just pushing people away. Like, we know that.
So, right. And it's like predictable, you know, it's not the unknown. It's not the like raw vulnerability of like, to be trying something different. It's like almost a predictable outcome that feels safer, because it's like, oh, I will yell and then this will happen. And then, you know, and then we'll go on an apology tour and everything will be fine. So exactly. Well, I love that. Is there anything else that feels called to be shared?
Oh my gosh. I don't think so at this time.
That's okay. We have so many episodes to come. I mean,
more will be revealed over time, friends.
And that's all of the beauty.
Answers might change someday too. So,
isn't that so crazy? Yeah. No, I love that. I love this episode. I love just you getting to like really share your heart, and also part of your journey. And I think that like this is something that's beautiful, not only for our listeners, but also for me to like just sit down and hear all of this. Like, I love that.
I love that.
Because like we talk, but we don't like always dig into some of this stuff, you know?
Yeah.
I think we talk more like about maybe what's currently present.
Yeah.
We don't like always travel back in time.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of cool to like hear about your journey and just be here with you on it. So I love that. Oh my God. Well, thank you guys so much for being here. This has been really fun. This has been a great episode, and we're excited to share more with you as it all unfolds.
Yeah, we will see you guys next week.